What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Sean Diddy Combs, it looks like you have one in a million problems, and they all lead back to you. Y'all, Diddy just got dropped by some top attorneys. Now, good thing he has about seven law firms, not lawyers, but seven law firms working for him. But it looks like this latest one is the industry actually completely cutting times with him. He was dropped by a powerful law firm. Why? Because it looks like Lady Gaga and a bunch of other high, powerful people said we do not want to be on the same label as this mofo. Now, listen, when I first read the story, I was like, what is going on? But let's go through this. And I'm going to give you guys the inside tea because it's actually very, very telling about where Diddy is in his legal defense and the way things are leaking, not to blogs and stuff and not to CNN, but in legal circles, everybody is bracing for Diddy's indictment. And even these law firms that represent his interests, I'm talking about his business interest, his money interest, they are dropping him as a client because they don't want to be involved as the feds start going up that money trail. And make no mistake, the feds are hot on the case of this money trail. So even though it seems like, what, Lady Gaga? No, this is the excuse that this firm is using to cut ties. Diddy dropped by powerful law firm at Lady Gaga's insistence. I'm going to save my opinion on Lady Gaga because I have some tea on that, but we'll talk about that later. So this is directly from the Scoop. They're the ultimate back to the office water cooler cheat sheet. Anyway, let's get into this, right? They said literally nobody in Hollywood wants to be near Diddy, not even his lawyers who just fired him as a client. But listen to this. The powerful firm of Grubman, Shire, Masalis, and Sachs, which represents most major names in the music industry, dropped Diddy recently, but not because they wanted to, because a more powerful client refused to leave if they didn't sever ties. Now, don't get me wrong, Lady Gaga's big, but she ain't that big that you can say that if that mofo don't go, you can kiss me goodbye. They represent half of Hollywood. Again, they're using Lady Gaga as an excuse, and Lady Gaga is happy to be used as the excuse. But again, they're cutting ties because the Fed investigation is heating up. When they're investigating, they're subpoenaing files. They're requesting files from these people. They're meeting with this law firm saying, yeah, we need to see the books. We need to see this. We need to see that. The funny thing is, as much as people want to be like, nothing's happened in the Diddy case, and Diddy is maintaining his innocence. And who knows? Who knows? I might have to come out here and apologize. I doubt it, but I might have to come out and apologize, right? The fact is, the people that are in the know, that have to give the feds evidence, that know what Diddy's hiding, that know, they're the ones that are cutting ties, and they're the ones we should be paying attention to. The insider said Lady Gaga said she was leaving the firm if they didn't drop Diddy, and she's too big to lose. Again, they can't make it seem like they're dropping Diddy because they know they're nervous about what's happening and all the papers and documentations they have to give. But this Lady Gaga thing, again, Lady Gaga is big, but she is not that big when you represent 3/4 of Hollywood. Um, Lady Gaga said she was leaving the firm if they didn't drop Diddy. Meanwhile, Combs' IMDb site, the ever important listing for everyone in the industry, which lists the names of celebrities, agents, lawyers, press representatives, and more, has been scrubbed and has Combs Global on it with just one employee, Sean Diddy Combs. The Combs Global site itself appears to be a holding page with just a logo. Just last week, he scrubbed his Instagram account as well. Again, he spoke to a crowd in September with Mayor Eric Adams to get the key to the city, and Eric Adams took the key back. We know Miami is stopping Diddy Day. That was woo, that was probably Sodom and Gomorrah because Miami was ground zero for Diddy shenanigans with Cassie and without. They said that da, 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 da. The city that Diddy has been with that law firm for over 2 decades and would often stop by his lawyer and friends Alec Grubman's house when in the Hamptons. But no matter how close the two once were, the firm represents some of the biggest names in the music industry and can't afford anyone or any of their other artists to bolt. You guys, this is saying something, and it's saying a lot. So where are we at? Diddy scrubbed his IMDb page. That means that he has no future projects. He's restructuring. He scrubbed his Instagram too. Again, some people said he scrubbed it in preparation because in his on his Instagram, no matter how innocuous you think it is, a lot of times when he was having those freak offs, a lot of times when he was moving money, a lot of times when he was doing some weird stuff, a lot of those times he documented it on his Instagram because he was mixing business pleasure. His business was his pleasure, if you want to say. So they're saying he wiped his account clean to make sure they couldn't dig around for more. To which I will say, do you really honestly think that the feds, before they raided your house, didn't screenshot? Do you really honestly think that when they started that investigation back when they found out in November, do you really think they didn't screenshot everything on your Instagram account? Of course they did. They probably had an intern go in and screenshot the mess that was on your Instagram. You cannot be serious. But he wiped it clean. Now you know Diddy likes to reinvent himself. I said he gonna change his name to Brother Loves Freedom in an effort to stay out of jail and start doing the three blind mice thing with Bill Cosby. But that was the first. But again, this law firm that's represented him, his money, his business interests, his acquisitions, all that stuff, they oversee what's going on with the accountants. They oversee a lot. After 20 years, they magically cut ties because Lady Gaga said she was going to leave. Lady Gaga. Again, Lady Gaga got a cute little career, but stop acting like Lady Gaga is the be all and end all of the Hollywood entertainment and music industry. Again, they needed an excuse to leave. The one thing I do know that lawyers can't do is leave you in a worse position. Okay. So let's just say the law firm is like, listen, the feds have sequestered us for information. Some of our top lawyers have been questioned about what we saw, what we knew. We kind of know what's coming down the road. It's not looking good. We're dropping you now because we don't even feel like being involved in this case. And also, don't forget that this law firm and the people that oversaw Diddy's case for the last 20 years with his regular lawyers, they might be actually called to the stand. And if they're called to the stand, it's a conflicts of interest. Your lawyer cannot testify against you. Now, I do think that your lawyers can never testify no matter when they represented you, but it just shows that something is coming. And business wise and legally, and even for a PR standpoint, they want to distance themselves from Diddy as far as they can go. So, where does that leave them? Where does that leave them? You need an excuse. You just can't say, "Oh, we think something's up," because that will put your him at a disadvantage. And I think that is against the lawyer code of conduct. You can never say, "I'm quitting this case because I think he's guilty." It has to be some excuse. So, what excuse are they making with Lady Gaga? Well, they're saying it wasn't anything we saw or heard. It's the fact that it's Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Anyway, y'all, listen. For those of you guys that doubt, and at this point, I don't think anybody's doubting, Diddy's day is 100% coming. It is almost here. Hold on tight. But judging by the way all these people are acting, yeah, it's going to be here sooner than he wants. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.